Well, folks, it's been month, I think, a while since we recorded one, and I'm Danny. This is Lee. How are you?
Hello.
How's the world? How you doing, sir? It's been a while. I feel like it's been a month since we actually talked.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Lots going on. Uh, it's that it's once it hits October 1st, it really is kind of like a nonstop roller coaster. It's the holiday season. This year's election season. So you got that on top. You got that in
Yeah,
the mix.
yeah, we're recording right now
Uh,
on election day, the day before
yep,
it all ends.
yep. Before the apocalypse. You got the new consoles coming out in about a week or two.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, a lot going on right about now.
Well, before we get into all this, we're just really gonna just shoot the shit and catch up and I guess just catch up on our lives and whatever the fuck we want to talk about. But I feel like finally we have a name for this podcast. It took a while. It ended with a coin flip.
Yep.
Would you like to do the honors, good sir?
Well, it came down after a lot of ideas. Most of them horrible, but I like to think of them as good horrible.
Right.
It came down to two names. It came down Let's Shower Together and Hobos with Homes. And I was partial to Let's Shower Together.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, you were partial to Hobos with Homes. Um, but in reality, we both loved each name. It was such a difficult decision that like you said, we brought it down to a coin flip,
Yeah.
and it landed on, I believe it was heads, which represented hobos with homes.
Yeah.
So
So we are hobos with homes, and I think
yeah.
I like to think that I've lived my life and still live my life like a hobo. I sure as hell drink a lot like one.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I think it's dumb. Which, if you know me, I love dumb shit, and
We
it
both
it
do.
it, 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 it rolls well together. Hobos with homes. It
And
just
I gotta give a shout
you
out to
know.
my friend Lauren because she came up with it.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It was her idea. Yes.
So maybe she'll
Shout
listen
out
to
to Lauren.
this. She says she'll listen more if I make more highlights. And I was editing our last podcast we recorded a month ago, and I was having such a hard time with it because of the Xbox connections. So
True.
I don't know if I'll splice it in with this or it'll be a lost episode that I'll add later. I don't know. I really don't know about anything these days.
Cross that bridge when you get there.
Yeah. So how you been, man? What's new? What's old? What's How was your Halloween?
My Halloween was pretty quiet. I think in the COVID era,
Yeah.
I think most people's Halloweens were kind of low key. Um, usually I spend my Halloweens getting together with friends, and you drink bullshit, with music and horror movies playing. Um, this year, I stayed in. My sister and her boyfriend were here, and we just we got dinner. We got some drinks, put on some horror movies, and really just chilled. It was really just a low key Halloween, which I think was kind of the situation for most people. I think.
Yeah, well, at least most people in most countries that are fucked. If you're lucky to be in New Zealand or even freaking China, which has it under control, they were able to go out and celebrate. And
True.
that's the reward. You get for having shit together. And I don't even want to get into it, but I have to ask you one thing: Did you finally watch Halloween
Yes,
3?
I did. I did watch Halloween 3,
All right, hit me with it. What'd you think?
and I gotta say, um, I never really gave Halloween 3 a fair shake because I don't know if I think I mentioned it
Yeah,
somewhere in the podcast.
your mom got you into Halloween 3, but she always told you that not to bother. Oh, sorry, she got you into the Halloween franchise, but she said
Yes.
not to bother with Halloween 3 because it didn't have Michael Myers, which is how a lot of people looked at that movie.
Yeah, that's what kind of gave it its bad rap, is that it was called Halloween 3, which, you know, rightfully so. Everybody thought, "Oh, okay, this is the trilogy. This is the third installment of the franchise that has Michael Myers and Laurie Strode." But that wasn't the case. It's a completely different story, different characters. Um and so that's kind of what gave it a bad rap. And for me, I when I was younger, I said, "Oh, well, this doesn't have Michael Myers or Laurie Strode. Fuck that."
No Loomis.
Um, yeah, no Loomis, no, my boy Loomis is in there. What? Like, I'm bouncing, bro. But so I kind of just stayed away from it my entire life. But recently, and not so much recently, but like I would say about like 7 to 8 years now. I've just been hearing more and more good things about the movie. And when you were singing the praises of the movie, I was like, you know what? Okay, it's at the point now where I'm just, I just have to see it now. I finally have to sit down and watch it. It's become a cult classic.
Yeah,
Um, and it was the final movie I put
nice,
um, on Halloween, and I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
nice.
Um, I thought the story was cool. I thought they kind of they celebrated it was almost kind of like a love letter to Halloween itself, the holiday of Halloween. Um,
Hell yeah, it just revolves around like these fucking masks. Which dude, I'm gonna get. I gave you the
which were
website.
dope.
I'm getting that pumpkin mask. Like that is my mission, is to get that pumpkin mask from the website. But anyway, before I get
That
into,
would be dope.
I want that pumpkin mask because that scene, that fucking scene with the kid watching the TV and he just
Yes,
tell me like what would you think about that fucking scene? Like that shit is just so fucking dope.
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was it was a scene that I think I'm always going to love in horror and Halloween movies here on out. Which I went on the Neko website that makes
Oh yeah, they did make the figures.
yeah, and I got the figures of the three kids in their
Nice,
costumes.
nice.
I felt like I had to add them to the collection.
Fuck yeah.
Um, it was a fun ride. I mean, like you have the mad scientist, and just kind of like the everything that was in it. It just felt like a fun Halloween movie.
It's such a
Um,
random batshit insane story.
yeah, you get the microchips and the that makes people, cause people to have fucking brain damage.
They stole a
Um,
piece of Stonehenge.
yeah. um, it was just a very fun Halloween movie. Yeah, you're right. When the guy gets fucking vaporized and shit.
Yeah,
Um,
and like the fucking soundtrack is so good. Like I downloaded the whole soundtrack from my house, and I
yes,
was just listening to it. And I was like, damn, this shit it might be the best Halloween John Carpenter soundtrack. Like I'm sorry, like that soundtrack from the beginning to end is just like so haunting. I just I just
yeah,
I just love that it opens with a digital pumpkin because you know what the Halloween movies, like the first two at least,
yes,
they always open with a
yes.
pumpkin, and then this one's like a digital pumpkin to be you're like, oh, what's going on here? And,
True, true. Yeah,
and
you know,
sorry, go ahead.
you know, what it kind of felt like. It kind of I thought about Stefan. I don't know if you know the character Stefan from
Oh
Saturday Night
yeah, I'm
Live.
talking about the nightclubs. Yeah, yeah.
I thought about him because like I thought about like watching the movie. I was like, this movie has everything:
Yeah.
androids, witchcraft, Halloween mask, a mad scientist,
Tom Atkins with his dad vibes.
yeah, tire irons, silver shamrock mask. I mean, like it really was like a movie that has like so much like stuff in it. But to me, I thought that was kind of what was so much fun was that it it had a level of ridiculousness in it, but it kept it fun. And to me, I say for my horror movies, I want them to either be scary or fun or
Yeah,
both.
yeah. And
And
this,
if you're not one, then you're not worth the time.
this is a good segue into Halloween 2018. The what you're saying here, but I'll let you finish up with three before we get into that.
Yeah. So um, I thought it was very fun. It it it. Watching it on Halloween, and that's kind of what I think I'm gonna do from now on. Is that it's such a love letter to Halloween itself.
Yeah,
Like that. I kind of feel like, well, I have to watch this on Halloween from here on out.
yeah.
It joined my yeah.
I feel this. I 100% feel the same way because I was mad Joe Bob didn't show it the Friday before Halloween,
Right.
and so I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch it. And I literally watched that fucking movie 3 times within the week. Cause,
Yeah.
Cause the first time I just had it on while I was doing stuff, and then my wife was like, "I'm not even paying attention," so I turn on again. She still didn't fucking pay attention. I think the 3 times I watched, we put the fucking movie on. She still doesn't know what the fuck's going on. She's like, "They're aliens." I'm like, "No, they're." I mean, it is a confusing movie.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, there's so much. Like it's got everything. Like
It's got robots and
yeah.
I personally love the ending. I love horror movies that end on a dark note.
Ambiguous kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ambiguous, dark, and him just yelling,
Screaming.
"Take it off! Take it off! Take it
Yeah.
off!" And he looks at
Yeah.
the camera. Oh my! Tom Atkins is like, he's been in a few other movies, horror movies too, but like in that movie, he is so fucking just good. Like just that line where he's asking the girl when they're in the motel. He's like, it's should I sleep in the car? I don't want it to be awkward, And she's like, well, where would you want to sleep? And he's like, well, that's a stupid question. Just kisses her. I was like, what reality would that ever work? Yeah, yeah,
It's Tom Atkins. God damn
yeah.
it.
He's got that. Yeah. Oh my god! And fun fact is the lady in the motel next to him that her face gets all mutilated is his actual real wife. So he was
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah. So he was like, yeah, it was weird filming that scene with that girl, and my wife's in the other room like dying or something.
Yeah.
But
I want to get that image of Tom Atkins on the phone,
just screaming.
and yeah, and I just want to like put it like I just want to post it somewhere and have it as like my profile picture.
I feel I want I want to have a Halloween where like me and friends get those 3 masks and we just bump that commercial song. Like
Oh
that fucking commercial, man. I fucking love that commercial. Dun, 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 dun. Ugh, such a good fucking
yeah,
movie.
credit to you, Dan, because now I have another you know cl- you know great staple Halloween/horror movie
Yeah.
uh to the to the list.
Hey, Michael Myers is in it. You just gotta pay attention to the TV. He shows up.
Does he really?
Yeah, he shows up. They show because the commercial is like watch the horror-thon, and the movie they're showing is Halloween.
Oh shit!
So he shows up like twice on the TV. And
Oh shit! I don't think I caught that.
yeah, it's real. Yeah, so we were showing at the party that we have here, and one of our friends was like, "Yeah, he's in there. You just gotta pay attention." I don't know why people bitch.
I guess it takes place in the same universe. Just
I mean, here's the thing. This movie was supposed to be part two. John Carpenter had the idea for this for part two. The studio, being the studio, was like, no, 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 we gotta do Michael Myers. People want Michael Myers, and he's like, all right, whatever. So he did part two, Halloween 2. Then he did Halloween 3, and obviously everybody's like, what the fuck is this? Michael Myers not in it. There's robots. There's this weird shit.
yeah.
I don't like this. This movie was ahead of its time. So
It
had it
was
had it been Halloween 2, it would have set in people's minds that okay, so these Halloween movies are gonna be about random stories because they could have done Halloween 3. It's like, oh, here's Michael Myers, he's back, and then the next one could have been a random story, and then back to Michael Myers. Like it could have just kept going back and forth. And I'm kind of I'm kind of hoping with these new Halloween movies going on that maybe they could go down that route again. But they got Halloween Kills, and I think they already said what's the third one? They got a third Halloween already.
Halloween Ends.
So yeah, it feels like they have a trilogy in mind. So I mean, I guess we could
Yep.
segue into the 2018 because I still have mixed feelings. I watched it again this year as
Right.
my 61 Days of Horror, which might have been a little too much, because I don't know if it had to do with my Halloween kind of being disappointing. Uh, I spent $100 on this amazing mask from Nightbreed. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Nightbreed. I mean, I didn't hear I never heard about it.
I never seen it.
I would tell you to check it out because I fell in love with the killer, Dr. Decker, who's played by, oh my God, Cronenberg, David Cronenberg. He made
Okay.
the Fly. He's in it.
Yes. Oh wow.
He's the killer, and I fell in love with it because when he shows up with his mask, which is the creepiest fucking mask,
Is
I
that
was
the mask you sent me a picture of?
yes,
That is a very creepy mask. I like
dude.
it.
I was scaring what very few people came.
Simple
Yeah.
is creepier to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I was looking for, and I almost dead ass just got Michael's the new Michael Myers mask. 'Cause I was just like, oh man, I just want a simple scary mask where I don't have to say anything. I don't, and I want it to be like I could cover my face and kind of get close and scare people. Because my whole thing about Halloween, folks, I decorated the shit of my house. I'm gonna post pictures on the YouTube when we are, and like I'm actually was so happy how good it came out. Like my wife helped me out toward like she helped me out. I don't know shit her, but we had bigger plans for the house that we for some reason never got around to. But we ended up building like this creepy Grim Reaper guy with a goat. I posted on my Twitter, and I'll send you pictures after if you want to see. But I was really happy how it came out, and I was taking proper precautions. I had a table with I put candies in bags. I had gloves on when I did it, yada yada. And it was a fucking ghost town, dude. It was I feel like where we live because we're near bars,
Right.
it's kind of a dead spot because we're the only house that decorates. The house next to me, the lady doesn't even fucking live in there. She comes and leaves. Like to this day, I've never seen a light on at night at the house. I don't know who she's murdering. um, then the next house next to her is just a bunch of random people, mostly drunk dads, live in, and they could be annoying at times, loud. I digress. It was pretty dead. I actually had
Yeah.
people from across the street from the bar who were watching me like come over and try to take a picture with me because they're like, "Oh my god, your mask is so awesome!" And I almost got in a group photo and I had to stop the chick and be like, "Oh, hold up, can we do like the social distancing thing?" And she like looked at me weird. She like dead ass looked at me weird, and our numbers haven't been as bad as the states, but like our numbers have been uploading, because people have been going to nightclubs and bars
Right.
here
Right.
sick, either not knowing they're sick or not giving a fuck. So the numbers have. I almost wanted to
Right.
be like, "Don't look at me like that." Like, are you fucking serious? Like
I
I'm
mean,
the
it's a normal thing these days to do that. I mean,
well, apparently,
to
it's the Canadians here are not that polite Canadian shit is still true, even though this is like a hick ass town kind of. And I'm gonna shit on Saskatoon. I mean, it's called Saskatoon. There's another fucking town called Moose Jaw and Regina. It sounds
the
exact.
fuck.
Yeah, and like I've never heard of these places until I met my wife, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they are kind of hick trash. I'm gonna be honest, and whatever. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know how people live in this town so long. It has the worst weather, dude. Like, it's about to snow this weekend, and once it snows, it doesn't stop until fucking April. And it just gets colder and colder each day, and darker and darker each day. And I'm just like,
Mm.
I asked my wife, like, why do people live here? It's fucking miserable. The summer lasts for 2 months. There's no real beaches. There's a shitty river, and My Halloween was just disappointing. It was so dead. I had fucking idiots from the bar. I had this one dude who wanted to smoke weed with me. He tried to give me weed to smoke, bro. And then, and I'm like, dude, I no, go away. Like, what the fuck? Like, I scared some few people, and like my wife wanted to have a little get together in the house, so she had some friends over, and I don't know. I was just bummed out, you know. My
Right.
Halloween's, and I know this is in New York, and it is COVID time. And, I was aware of that. I don't know. It's just odd to me that parents will send their kids to fucking school, but Halloween comes up and they're just like, nah, we're not gonna do that. That's dumb. I'm just like, all right, yeah, but
True.
sending your kids into a closed building is more yeah, that's. I mean, I know they need the education, but whatever. I don't know.
Especially when I think that I feel like trick or treating could easily be done, with social distancing.
Yeah,
All you're doing is fucking throwing candy in a bag.
I saw houses that built fucking little tunnels that they just throw the can down the tunnel at the bottom of the stairs,
Yeah.
or they put like a plastic slide. I had a table. I had everything spread out. Every time someone took something, I would spray it down.
Right.
So there were ways, and it just I don't know. Like this, the first time last year when there was no COVID, it was dead too, and I just feel like we live in a dead spot, and it sucks because like
I would say that you're right. It probably is your area because last year we had trick or treaters, and when I went outside, I saw a lot of people um, dressed up.
mm-hmm.
Um, this year, when I stepped out to take out the trash, I lingered outside for about 10, 15 minutes, getting some air, and I didn't really see anybody dressed up, and we didn't get not a single person knocking on the door.
And I get it, like I get it, but it just
It sucks because it just loving something that like loving Halloween and not getting the experience of something that you love so much. It does suck, and it's something that's kind of this is something that's been going on. This whole changing of
yeah, her whole life is.
yeah,
And
and
it's so fucking frustrating because it's like
yeah,
if we just work together, like if we all just wore masks, it's such a simple. I know the virus itself isn't simple, but the things, the precautions you could take,
of course,
it's so frustrating. Like it makes me hate people. Like I ended up hating that there was people in my house, and and my wife, she's upset at me because she was like, "Well, why did you tell me to have a party?" I was like, "Cause you wanted to have a party," and I'm telling you right now, you having a party is not why I'm upset. Like I didn't go into detail of how, like, she knows I don't like living here. She knows that I don't want to live here the rest of my life. Like I feel like I'm in the fucking first town of GTA 3. Like everyone's fucking dumb. It's small.
right.
You run out of missions and places to go real fast. And I'm like, I need to go to San Andreas. I need to go somewhere new. Like I can't. Like if I die here, I'm gonna be a fucking vengeful ghost. Like I'm sorry. Like it has its quirks, but Saskatoon sucks. Like you guys gotta be better. You
I'm pretty sure there's better areas in Canada. You
Oh,
know,
not in Saskatchewan, not in this fucking Providence.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know, man.
yeah. And I get you because it COVID doesn't help. This
Hell
it
no,
makes it worse, way worse. And I'm so ready to just like I really cannot wait until, and it's probably not going to happen for another more however many months,
dude.
probably another 6 7 months.
Dude, if you know who gets reelected, because we're recording this election day, if he gets reelected, we are fucked.
Oh yeah,
We are
oh yeah,
so fucked.
yeah, without a
Like,
doubt.
who knows what this fucking supposed vaccine he keeps talking about?
Johnson, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, did I ever send you the picture of the of supposedly someone that took this vaccine, like a test subject, and
No,
they were quoted as saying, "I can't feel my soul. Oh my God, they killed Jesus." I
the fuck.
that's I was like, is this real? Like who the fuck knows anymore? I don't know what's real now. That's the fucking thing that's fucking with my head these days. It's like I don't know what the fuck is real, and we I'm not even calling my friends. I'm gonna call them my wife's friends that have literally been brainwashed, that have called us the radical left, and they didn't say it to my face because I would have been like, do you hear what you're saying? You don't even sound like a real person. Like, I've lived in the States most of my life. I've never said that to anybody. No one's ever said that in a conversation. And I know things are different now, but it's like,
Right.
they're so fucking brainwashed, dude. And I'm like, she was over here. Thank God the boyfriend didn't come because he's worse. Because he is the kind of person that just watches YouTube videos, gets all his education from
Oh, he's
fucking
one of those. Okay.
bro. Like, the last time I talked to him, it was like summer, and I really avoid my best to talk politics. I try to be friendly. I'm trying. And I was like, "Hey, oh yeah, I'm playing the Ghost of Tsushima." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that game." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." He was all like, "Yeah, people are mad because a bunch of white people made it and they're appropriating the culture." I'm just like, "What are you fucking talking about? What are you fucking talking about right now?"
I didn't hear any backlash.
I know, I didn't hear nothing, and I'm like, "Dude, like you could play the whole game with Japanese voice actors and English subtitles."
Yeah.
They got approval from God, I can't remember the famous family name to use the black and white film grain. It was
Right.
based off his films. Like, what does you don't like? I think the best way to deal with these people is to be like, "Where'd you hear that from? Who said that?"
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree.
okay, tell me more. Who? A guy on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And that's why, like, you know, there are so many people that don't know how to just think for themselves and have their own opinion, but like it's okay to have your own opinion and not have to be completely one-sided about something.
y- y-
About like for me, I like nobody would ever, I'll never be considered a radical left, as the guy.
Such an insane thing to say to someone, bro.
It is.
Like,
It is.
and I know why they're saying that to us, because we will always be saying like these fucking Nazi fucks, and then he would be like, they're not really Nazis, and then I would just look at him and be like, why is that the point? Why is that the point? Why is that the issue to you? Like, do you really love Nazis? Like, at this point, I want to be like, dude, just say you're racist. I would have more respect for you if you were racist. Like, just fucking say, like what are neo Nazis? We fuck. Ah,
Yeah. There's not many. As time goes on, we're losing more and more people that have the ability to have their opinions that are a mix of different, sides. Like, I just so happens that most of my opinions tend to lean to the left. Like, I'm for abortion.
yeah,
We do need stricter gun laws.
yeah.
I do think that Trump is not fit to be president.
No,
But I'm big on stopping cancel culture. I think that we let people on the internet run with these campaigns
yeah,
started by a bunch of random people who think that they can get a topic trending just because they're on Twitter to fucking ruin somebody or put a false narrative on somebody,
yeah.
just for whatever reason, for not even doing something,
Like,
and they can get canceled.
I think the best example of that is the Ziza Sorry story.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it was a bad date. Could have done a lot better, and I've
Yeah.
been in places where I've said or done things that I regret.
Of course, because
And
we're human beings.
yeah, especially if entertainers are human beings. Nobody's perfect. Fuck, Mother Teresa wasn't even perfect. You go look up her fucking fucked up history. She did some really fucked up things that I can't remember right now.
Of course.
my wife told me, and I was like, oh man, that's fucked up, Mother Teresa, huh? And everyone's got skeletons in the closet, and it all it depends is that when the skeletons come out, is how you fucking deal with it. And I don't
Yeah,
like people, and I fucking loved Louis C.K. I loved him to death. He was my comedian that I related to the most, and to this day, I feel like his apology was dog shit.
it
He
was
didn't
horrible. He fucked himself.
he didn't really even apologize.
No, he didn't.
And now he's back doing whatever he like. I had a friend here showing me like one of his stand ups, and I'm just like, I can't like watch this. Like,
He needs to come out with a proper apology. He needed to handle it the right way and then go back to work.
I think
Okay?
yeah, I think if he did that and he started his stand up and he was like spent 30 minutes going into what he did, why he did it, and like
Yeah,
go into like embarrassing detail, like put himself out there the
exactly.
way he put himself out there.
Yeah. Cook himself. Put himself on the fryer for a little bit.
Yeah,
Fry yourself, bro.
you put other people, other cultures, other races on the fryer. Put your whole soul, like
Yeah.
and then we'll see. That's yeah, the cancel culture.
The person who I think does it who did it the best was what's his name? George Carlin. George Carlin, man.
Ah, fucking miss him.
Me too. He was everything how I feel. Calls
Yeah,
bullshit on the actual bullshit that's out there
yep.
with no bias. Okay, but he's gonna you are out of your mind if you think you're gonna cancel George Carlin. Okay, you're out of your mind.
Yeah,
He won't give a fuck. But George Carlin never fucking put himself in a from what we know put himself in an office and tried to jerk himself off in front of girls. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So listen, you put yourself in that situation. That's a ridiculous situation no matter what. Like, bro. I listen, dude. I could be rich and famous. It's not in my character to whip my dick out and start jerking off in front of three chicks that
Or on the
who
floor.
aren't who aren't there to to fuck me. You know what I mean? Like what?
And I hate people. I
Um,
hate people that be like, why did they stand there? Because I'm pretty sure if you're either a fan or an up and coming comedian and a comedian that has seniority like over you is similar to like a parent or a boss. And if your brother, your mom, your boss, whoever started jerking up in front of you, you would probably have to go through a couple of phases of like, okay, is this really happening? Is this a joke? This is not a joke.
and
What the fuck do I
yeah,
do?
and a man that has the power that a Louis C.K. has.
Yeah, that can
If
fucking
you,
destroy your
yeah,
career, destroy your
destroy
life.
your shit, you're running around trying to fucking say what on paper sounds like a ridiculous story. This guy's jerking off in front of three girls and a like what? And then you're like, nah, that's not Louis C.K. Everybody loves him. He's one of
Ah, I
one
fucking
of the
loved him,
top five
man.
comedians. You know what I mean? Like, nah, get out of here. He got a hit TV show. Get out of here. Get out of here with your nonsense.
I saw that
Hey,
dude.
listen,
I saw that dude in New York, Washington. Was it Washington Park downtown
right?
there? And it was after Trump won, and he was walking his daughters, and he was so up. This is before the controversy. He was so sad that Trump won. Like you could just tell he was depressed.
Right.
And like I wanted to say something, but I was like, nah, I'm not. That dude. It looks like he's having a really bad day.
Yeah. And on top of that, we live. Guess what? You may not want to acknowledge it, but the truth of the matter is, we this country is run by men and
White men.
white men, and long before. Okay, think about it. How bad it how much more stronger and much more white men there were 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Bro,
So
Bro.
Let's not act like things are different. Things
Things are
weren't the
different.
way they were.
I'm waiting for the library to get this book. It's called The People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn.
Uh,
If you watched John Leguizamo's stand-up special on Netflix, Latin History for Dummies, he references
I
this
have to
book.
see it.
Oh, so good. He references
I
this.
loved his old stand up I've seen, and I loved it.
Oh, you have to see this. Not only is it just hilarious, the truths he brings out of shit like, again, we were never taught of in our schools in the States, like Tulsa. And he references his book a lot, and I was like, what the fuck is this book? And Howard Zinn literally wrote a history book that is not told by the American Republic. It is he did his research independently of that and uncovered so much more that we have never.
I could imagine.
And so I'm like, my library gave me a notification like it's on its way, and I'm just like, come on, man, hurry the fuck up! I need to read this book. Like I need the
That's
horrible truth.
interesting.
But like you hear the horrible truth and John Leguizamo stand. Everyone needs to watch it. Spanish, white, you need to hear the real shit of like how much genocide happened in this country, and it's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's so fucking like insane.
That's
Anyway,
right. Another thing is that, like, if you go back to it, people, sometimes I wonder, like, people, you know, everybody has such great memories and documented footage, and everybody knows about the Beatles, the British invasion, the '60s, right? But do you motherfuckers realize that in the '60s is when segregation ended?
yeah, Jim Crow was still
Think about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That one, if you can remember the Beatles so clearly coming to America, and their music is still so relevant and revered to this day. Yeah, well, guess what, bro? Segregation ended in the '60s.
Yeah, it wasn't all
Just think it. Yeah,
it wasn't all
think about
peace. It
that.
wasn't all peace and love.
Yeah, a lot of times I feel like people think that, like, segregation ended like in the fucking the 1910s and 1920s. Nah, motherfucker, that shit was in the '60s, bro.
Yeah.
That shit ended in the
It's
'60s.
how my wife came up. She was like, "It's crazy that all you ever see is black and white pictures of Martin Luther King, when color TV was a thing, color pictures was a thing. But
Yeah,
every time you see a picture, it's always black and white, and the reason that is because they want people to think that it's, oh, so long ago. Were,
right.
were there
And
were there
and this
were,
is
were there even trains? And it's like, motherfucker, they had cars.
yeah, exactly.
They had
And I'm
TV.
like, and that's why I say I really I put things into perspective, because all you got to do is just think in certain ways. And like I said, I'm completely against cancel culture and how far sometimes they take, the PC culture can take things. So hey, listen, sometimes things are warranted. Sometimes they're not.
Well,
Um,
well, I think it's the people that are fans of these people, and this is similar to my wife's friends that we're having problems with. They hate cancel culture too. They find it so fucking ridiculous.
yeah.
They even try to defend Louis C.K. to us, and I was just like, so you would work with someone that jerked off in front of you at your job? You'd be fine with that? You would really be fine with that? So I mean, if you're fine with it, okay, that's your life. I don't think a lot of people. I don't, even me personally. I don't think I've had a friend jerk off in front of me. I don't think I would be
Yeah.
like. I don't think it would be
I
fine.
won't be I won't be okay with that. Okay.
And I know like Sarah Silverman's like, even her, she has stories of like comedians whipping their balls out while they're writing sketches. She's like, "Oh, put that away, you silly goose," you know.
Right.
She's like whatever. Like they didn't take it further, and they probably never did it again because she was just like, all right, don't do that. He's like, all right, my bad.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the the people that are pissed off about it are like switching it. They're trying to like weaponize it and trying to attack everybody because they try to attack
Yes.
Dan Harmon. They try to get him kicked off
Yes.
Rick and Morty, and he
Yes.
did do a shitty thing. And you could listen to his podcast where he broke down what happened, and he apologized to her. He reached out to her and said, "I'm really sorry." Because if you don't know the story, I'll go over it quick. It's was a former writer of his. I think they worked together on Community, and he like fell in love with her and was trying to like woo her, and she was not feeling the same way. And not only that, Don Harmon had a girlfriend that he was living with. And
Right.
he was like, yeah, I was a really shitty person. I did a really shitty thing, and I feel really, really bad, and I wish I could take it back. And like, he didn't run or hide from it. He just came out and said, look, this was a really bad thing I did. I was her boss. I literally abused my power.
Yeah.
And
Which
she,
is something that, like, if you handle it the way he did, that should be at least, should be holding yourself accountable,
yeah,
admitting to it, not making excuses, not making it a joke, and then you should be able to move on with your life.
yeah, and he
But
did.
that's not the way. That's not the way that a lot of these maniacs want. They want you gone. They want you to never work again. Um, but then it's for certain people. Like they'll pick and choose the type. Who they really want to
Yeah,
cancel.
weren't they trying to
Okay.
cancel Captain America? Chris Evans over? I can't even
No,
remember.
Chris Pratt.
Oh, okay.
They try to cancel Chris Pratt because Chris Pratt didn't show up to the Joe Biden function.
Uh,
And it's like, bro, remember when you used to get in trouble for doing something? Now you get in trouble for not doing something.
were they trying to?
Now you get in trouble for just minding your own
Yeah,
fucking
didn't you
business.
tell me they were trying to cancel Scarlet Witch because she didn't say anything about Chadwick Boseman when he passed?
Yes.
Oh my!
Yes.
See that shit is taken too
Yes.
far. That shit is like,
Yeah.
you don't know
They
where people
yeah.
are in their lives, especially if you don't know the person. You may think you know the person because you see them in fucking movies and social media. But you don't know the person. That you don't know how Scarlett Johansson is in real life. You don't even know the fact that she doesn't even use social media. She's gone on record to be like, I don't use social media. I don't get it. Like, there's so many celebrities that are just like, I don't fuck with that, and I don't blame them. Because like, I would have a meltdown if I was famous and used social media. Like, I get
Yeah,
it.
and then the other thing is that they, like, oh, well, Chris Pratt is a Christian. He believes in God. And
Uh-huh.
look, he didn't show up to Joe Biden's function when the others, some of the other heroes did. That means he's a Trump supporter. And I'm like, holy shit.
The Avengers ain't real, motherfucker.
Yeah. And I'm like, isn't his wife pregnant? Maybe he's at
Yo,
home with
oh
his
my
goddamn wife.
god, people.
Maybe he's like, what? I'm not gonna go to it. I'm just gonna stay home with my wife.
Oh,
Oh, who would have known that going to the Joe Biden function would have meant, fucking your career was hanging in the balance.
bro, I think there's some
And then,
DCEU fanboys.
yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It's like, and
But
they
then,
they need to shut the fuck up because they got a Zack Snyder Cup that is coming out. It's gonna be 6 hours long, and Jared Leto's Joker is coming back. Ugh. Anyway.
yeah, oh my, I saw that. I was like, oh god. But then, there's the flip side to it is, there are people out there that really do want to make it seem like, kind of sweep racism under the rug,
I can't. Yeah.
and it's like, bro, do you like? It's funny, like if you go back and look, and I'm not trying to like talk shit about and make it seem like these people had any bad intentions, but if you look at a lot of like movies in the 70s,
Oof.
in the 80s,
Especially,
in the even the 90s,
look at,
even the
okay.
90s.
That's a good example. A really good example. Go look at the original Star Wars trilogy, especially the first New Hope.
Yeah.
See how white that movie is.
Yes.
Like, especially if you watch Rogue One and then you go into New Hope and you're just like, oh, it's just white dudes.
Yeah. Dude, like, bro, like, you look at the horror movies that we love in the 70s and
Oh
80s.
man, yeah.
What black person do you find in them?
You,
I mean,
you do, but they die. They die
they die
horrifically.
quickly, or they're not even there. Like, bro, the first, like, how many installments of Friday the 13th is there not a single black person in there?
Oh man. I
You know
started
what I mean?
I started watching this season from Jason Lives, so I didn't notice it that much. But yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the first ones, but I 100% believe you.
Or, like, dude, even classics that aren't horror movies. I mean, Look at Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Outside of like 3 random black people that are in the crowd dancing, there's not one single black person in that high school
Yeah, and
that Ferris
that's
Bueller's
a
in.
that's a missing representation there, and
Yeah, like
media.
why couldn't one of the kids, like one of the kids that called Ferris to see how he was doing, why couldn't you be like, hey, you know what, let's make this kid black? You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah,
It's just it's just is when you look at it and you really go, wow, black or Hispanic, like what the
yeah.
fuck?
Like,
You know what I mean?
I should have sent you this picture, a meme where someone took uh 4 different black characters from animation from back in the 80s or 90s,
Right.
and they were like, bro, why do they all look like this? And they dead ass just, it was always a black kid with a curly fade. They all look the same from different cartoons. They're like, it's like, animators had no imagination. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, there's
Dude,
uh
look at the TV shows that we love, right? When you look at TGIF, they threw all the black people into one show, right? Family Matters.
mhm.
The shows that we love, that we grew up on, I love them.
Yeah.
But you look at shows like Step by Step and Boy Meets World, which had like one black person in it. Step by Step, like I mentioned. Um, the Home Improvement. I mean,
Er?
there's like 2 black people within all those shows. I mean, look
Yeah.
at listen, I love these shows, but I mean, look at, things like, Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, Seinfeld. All the main cast members are pure white people.
Yep.
Like it's just, I guess for people like us, it could be way more evident and it was when we were younger, because we are from New York. We are a mixed pot of, you know, Hispanics and blacks and Asians and Indian,
Yeah.
but mostly, whites, of course. But, where we grew up was mostly, Hispanics and black people. And, it is true, when growing up, you don't see a lot of representation of it on those movies and TV shows when we were growing up. Um,
There was that rare few for me that always stuck out to me, and maybe that's why I gravitated to like Power Rangers, the original Power Rangers.
right. Yes.
And that had like a good mix, even though they made the Black Ranger black. Asian,
I always thought about that. I was like, did they ever think that, maybe that was just a little too on the nose?
and they made the Asian chick yellow. Fuck.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
they were like, well, we'll have representation, but we're still gonna be pricks about it. Or
They really could have just swapped Billy and
yeah,
Black Ranger and the Blue Ranger so easy, and then nobody really would have questioned the Yellow Ranger. They would have been like, "Oh, okay, that's just a
I
coincidence."
I, I
But
keep.
when you got the Black Ranger as the black guy as the Black Ranger, then you're like, "Okay, hold on."
Were you the one? Was you? I can't remember. Someone, maybe I was streaming, and someone was like, "They really need to make an open world Power Rangers game." I'm like, bro, that would
Yes, that
be
was me.
okay. That would be amazing. I don't know if it'll ever
That would
happen.
be dope, dude.
It would be amazing. Someone
That
steal
would
this
be
idea.
so dope.
You don't have to pay us. Just invite us to the parties.
Oh hell yeah, that's it. I
Oh,
just want to see it and play it.
I was gonna say, what? I feel like this is something we always talk about is the representation of media and the power media has. And I think I don't know if I brought this up in the last podcast, but I would say, even for you, if you haven't watched it or anyone watched David Cronenberg's Videodrome, I watched it this last month, part of my 61 Days of Horror, which I'm gonna be honest, might have been too much. I'm kind of burnt out for horror.
61 days is a lot, bro.
Yeah, and what's crazy? I didn't even watch any Child's Play movies. Like I was watching so much other
Yeah, me
shit
either.
that I didn't watch, or I don't know. And there was like some good TV shows like Lovecraft Country and The Hunting of Blind Manor on Netflix. There's some other shit. They released the animated Creep Show special, which was kind of weird. I don't know if you checked that out yet on Shudder.
No, I haven't.
Dude, it literally looks like my wife summed it up. She's like, this is like 2 episodes they had planned for the next season of Creepshow, and they just took the storyboards and kind of animated it, and then it finished the animation. And they just released it because they were like, ah, fuck it. And like the stories are really good, but the animation kind of takes you out. You're like, man, you guys should have maybe delayed this because this looks weird. I don't know. I would say check it out. The stories are really good, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll check it out.
they should have kind of delayed it. I don't know. It looks a little unfinished. But I would tell everyone to watch Videodrome. It came out in the 80s, and it is just haunting how, like, especially if you smoke weed, take an edible. This movie is like, it will. It's like the Matrix. It's like the first, almost the first incantation of a Matrix kind of film, where it just makes you question reality, and it just shows how media like transforms people's reality, like the whole mental state. Like there's a quote in the movie where reality is television and television is reality, and it's just breaking down that, like, people who are literally like we're talking about, if all you see is shows about white people, or if you see shows about black people and you see them in bad neighborhoods and they got loose clothes and they don't talk proper English, that is, you think that's all black people. You think that's how they are. You think if you see a show which is white people, you're like, oh, well, it doesn't bother you because you're, unless you're a person of color, and you're like, oh, there's no black
Yeah.
people. Like, where are they hanging out? Like,
True. True.
but I would say, if you ever get a chance, watch Videodrome. It's pretty trippy movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It is a trippy ass movie. Speaking about movies, we need to talk about Halloween 2018 before I want to get into this, because I know you, being a huge Halloween fan, you liked it, right?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Did you have any issues with it before I get into it?
No, I think I'm gonna be able to judge it a little bit more when I see what the trilogy holds,
Yeah. Okay.
the full story. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you my likes. I liked the whole concept of it. I guess taking place after Halloween one. That thing.
Yes, it takes place after Halloween one.
So the thing, what happened in the hospital didn't happen. That part.
Nope.
Okay. I feel like that's odd. I feel like they should have still. I guess it would have been harder to explain him exploding.
Well, the reason why they went after Halloween one is because um they didn't want to have the story of him being her brother.
But he
And
is.
Halloween 2 is where it's revealed that he's Laurie's brother.
But he is. He still is.
But in the new one, he's not.
What? I felt like he
Yeah.
was.
Nope.
Because she knew his name.
Well, yeah, she knew his name because of, everybody knows his name,
Oh,
Michael
that's weird. Oh,
Myers.
I don't like that.
That's why, like, after if you see, like, when the kids are walking at one point, they go, isn't that her brother? And they're like, no, that's just a rumor that people start to spread. That was their way of kind of
Oh,
saying, hey,
wow. Okay, so I'm gonna add that to the things I don't like.
I guess I get you with that. Like, at first I was kind of wishy-washy on it,
Yeah, that's such a
but
odd. But why would he be so, like, still want to
well,
go after her so hard?
he didn't go after her. If you noticed, well, he didn't specifically go after her. If you noticed, the bus that he's on,
Yeah,
obviously, crashes or whatever.
yeah,
He gets out, he kills the people that had his mask or whatever in that bus station or whatever, gas station, and then from there he goes over to that town, and if you notice, he just starts killing people. He's going into houses
yeah. I love
and
that. I,
killing
I love
people.
that fucking scene.
Yeah, so
Um,
he's just randomly killing people, and I believe I'm trying to remember how he got to
to her. Well, he got in the cop car because the doctor was like battery with him, but then
yes,
he killed him, and then I think he took the
right,
car. Yeah, I think he drove the cop car because he was looking for the girl, her niece,
yes,
and he somehow ended over there. I
right.
don't. I really don't like that. I did not notice that.
The idea the idea that they had was that, and I kind of understand where they're coming from, is that you can only do Michael and Laurie so much, right?
Yeah, but this was like
That's
this was kind of like a fresh take because it was years later, you know.
right. And the other thing they said, which I kind of do agree with them. It's kind of going in a second timeline with Halloween.
Yeah,
We got our timeline.
it's own
We
timeline at this point.
Yeah, we have our timeline of Michael being Slory's brother. We had that timeline.
No,
Now we're gonna be able to have a different timeline after part one, and in this timeline, he's not her brother. So it does kind of make it a little bit more scarier in the sense that here's this maniac, monster of a killer who's just out there to kill just to kill, not I'm trying to get to my sister, so I'm gonna kill who's ever in my way
but
situation.
but then, but just why would she spend so much of her life training her daughter to kill this man? If his only event,
because
go ahead.
because she saw him. She saw what it traumatized her. She saw this guy, whatever it was. She knew that this was something different.
That
This
yeah,
guy
something
got
yeah.
shot 6 times and didn't die.
Yeah.
He vanished. I mean, well, not this time. He didn't vanish. He got arrested after he got shot 6 times. It traumatized her so much that she never was able to get over the fact that he's still out there, even though he's locked up, and that she always felt that at some point, what she encountered was going to be able to break out again, and that if he did, she was going to be ready this time for him.
Okay, well, I feel like in the sequel they're gonna just make it her brother. I don't know, because it just feels odd that at the end of this movie, her niece, right, is
Her
hold
dog, her granddaughter.
her granddaughter, sorry, is holding his knife, and they do a shot of that, and I felt
Yeah,
like that was a reference to the little girl from the old movies, who was also that was his niece. That was his niece because he was uncle.
that was his niece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that reference, like oh the darkness transfers, and I was like, oh, are they doing that again? Like really? I don't know. I guess we'll see with this sequel.
I took that as that was kind of the passing of the torch from Lori to her granddaughter as someone
Oh, okay.
who's also now been traumatized by Michael Myers, and
Oh, okay.
her life as an innocent high school teenager is now forever ruined
Oh, okay. And
because
yeah,
she's
she's
dealing with this monster now.
yeah, she's gonna
High
become
school's over, bitch.
yeah. All your
Now you're
friend,
traumatized
yeah,
with this man.
all your friends are dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Teenage your teenagehood is over. Congrats. Now you're traumatized by this fucking maniac.
Oh wow,
Here's
that's
his knife covered in blood.
all right. Well, I'm gonna add, that's yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. So that yeah, I just that movie to me felt like it couldn't decide what it exactly wanted to be. Like it wanted to be fluid. It wanted to be kind of like open ended. And now that you brought that to my attention, I'm just like, oh wow, it really was. That was not like clear to me at all. Other than that one throwaway
Right.
line, which was so. I've seen the movie twice, and still to me, I'm just like, oh, maybe she tried to hide that, you know.
Well,
And
I knew that that was the route they were going to be going with before the movie because the
Blumhouse,
director and the writers, yeah, they flat out said that he wasn't going to be there weren't going to be siblings in this one.
yeah, that's fucking weird. I mean, I get that they've done it, but I feel like in this angle where they're both older and years have passed, it could have been something to explore. And like the way the movie opens up with the podcasters going to the mental institution and seeing Michael out there, it starts off good. But it's that scene when they
Right.
take out the fucking mask and all the crazy people start laughing that I'm just like, all right, this is kind of silly. And it's just scenes like that kind of throw me a loop. I'm just like, oh, what the like the scene with the black kid and the babysitter. Like I love that kid. That kid was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, he was like, oh man, fuck you,
Yeah.
like that was great. But it just felt like a movie that couldn't. And I know like some reviews are like, I don't know if I was is trying to be a comedy or is trying to be a hard. Like it didn't have like a clear path in my book. Like, and I think it's weird that Danny McBride is one of the
Yeah.
writers.
Yeah. Yep.
And he can write serious because his show Eastbound and Down is like a really dark black comedy with really dark moments
Yes.
that you still laugh at, but you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is messed up. Like he can't. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no.
Yeah.
So for this, it just felt like maybe he was trying to do the same thing, but you know, Michael Myers is such a fucking serious. He's not Freddy Krueger. He's not even Jason. Jason, if you watch his later movies, gets way silly. Like
Oh yeah. I mean, he
it,
goes into space.
yeah, he goes into space. Jason 6 or 7, he fights Jean Grey, some girl with telekinesis.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
We watched that, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, is
Doesn't he go to hell at one point? I mean, I know it's called Goes to Hell,
yeah, I
but
didn't
doesn't
watch that one
he?
because I heard that one's really bad.
Yeah, that one's terrible.
I'm a little curious though. Maybe next Halloween.
Yeah, true.
The one with Jean Grey, I was like, yo, they should have ended this with Charles like rolling up.
Jason, I've been waiting for you.
You defeated Jason. Not even Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How...
Yeah, I think for me, I took it as, and you know this, Halloween is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love the franchise.
Yeah, yeah.
Even the shitty ones like 4 and 5 and 6.
Dude, H2O sucks. I rewatched that. That did not age well.
It did not. I remember watching it when it came out in the theaters, liking it
Yeah, same.
and I was God, what was I? I was like 12 or 13 when that
I
shit
feel like
came
that
out.
was the hype train for that movie because it'd been so long.
It'd been very long and it had Laurie in it.
Yeah.
And first time Laurie since Halloween 2.
Yeah, so everyone was like, yeah, yeah. Same thing with this movie. Same thing with this movie. They did the same shit with that shit.
Though I will say is that when I remember watching it as a kid, I knew right from the bat I did not like the mask and I did not like the guy who was walking. It was portraying Michael Myers.
Bro, that mask. Oof.
The mask was hideous, with his fluffy fucking hair.
Yeah, he got a fro.
Yeah, and his movements were way too animated for me. I love the guy who was in 1 and 2, and then they brought him in for 2018. His movements are supposed to be robotic, lifeless. That's the way he's supposed to be, and so that I didn't dig. Obviously, Halloween Resurrection was a big steaming pile
I
of
don't
shit.
even remember it, but I heard it's really bad. I don't even know.
It is god awful.
Bust around.
Once I saw that they killed Laurie in it within the first 10 minutes, and then how they did it, I was like, this is just fucking.
Yeah, what is up with franchise movies killing like main characters off in the first? I heard that the not Superman, Terminator, the last Terminator movie that came out, where they brought back what's her face as Sarah Connor, that they kill off.
Yes.
They kill off John Connor in the first 10 minutes.
That's what I didn't watch it because I just at that point I was like I'm just gonna wait to hear. Alex Alex saw it. He told me that it was fucking whack, and I was just like, oh okay, I don't. He explained it to me. I said this seems so ridiculous that I'm not gonna even bother.
I don't understand.
But I may want to just for the stupid fun.
I mean, I watched the scene. It was so bad. I didn't watch the movie, but I just don't understand with that franchise where you have a killer AI and robots from the future and Sarah Connor and all this crazy shit, and they just keep doing the same storyline, like over and over. It's the same fucking storyline.
Over and over and over and over again, bro.
And it's like I think
no doubt about it.
I think unless you're gonna do a crossover, Terminator vs RoboCop or something, I think it's time to rest the Terminator.
Yeah, it's enough. It's enough for Terminator.
Anyway, Halloween. I like that scene where he goes around killing people. They were kind of trying to do a one shot. They didn't really go all the way with it. So the scene that kind of broke the mood for me was how Laurie, she's this PTSD ridden like grandma who trained her daughter, and her daughter had to be like taken away by child services.
Right.
And ends up resenting her, but then at the end is like, oh, my training actually paid off. Which was a cool twist.
Right.
I just hate. Oh my god, it bugs the scene where they get to her house. He's outside and she's ready. She's like in the house, ready, and then she's like, "I'm gonna go peek at the door," and then he grabs her, and I'm just like, bro, that she almost died there.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, and then she had mannequins in her room, which I know she had mannequins outside for target practice, but I was just like, why don't you have a shed? Why do you have mannequins in your room? like maybe they needed a scene where she randomly wakes up at night and shoots the mannequins to explain that, you know?
Yeah. We gotta remember also too. This is a woman who she's an alcoholic,
Yeah, yeah,
and
by herself.
she's by herself, and she's completely fucked up. But
That opening,
but
that scene where she
has
goes to the door.
enough.
That scene where she goes to the
Yeah.
door. That's just dumb. That's just.
Well, you gotta remember too. You gotta remember too. She was trying to lure him into that basement. You
uh,
know,
well, yeah,
she was trying to lock. That whole plan was to lock his ass in there.
yeah, I know that, but at least I don't know. Leave the door open. Just let him come in.
Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, it was trying to show that he wasn't that dumb because like there was that part where he didn't come down the stairs
Right, right, right.
until she was like, "I can't do it," and then he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
all right," you know.
You know, in Halloween Kills, they're gonna have Tommy Doyle and Lindsay, the little girl and the little boy. They're gonna be in the next one.
Oh, the one that she babysit it.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, they did have
Yeah.
Tommy Doyle in the old movies as Paul Rudd, and it was really bad.
Yeah. That was just stupid.
That movie. Oof. I watched that one because on Shutter, and that movie,
Yeah,
that,
I
like
saw those.
like Michael Myers is mean in that fucking movie. He
The only
is.
reason why I watch those movies again is just for Loomis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Loomis is
Old
amazing.
ass
That
Loomis
was his last time as Loomis.
screaming and
Yeah.
shit.
That was his last wrote. That was his last Loomis.
Yeah.
But
Shout out
Michael,
to Donald Pleasance.
hell yeah, man, amazing actor. He made those movies. But yeah, Michael Myers is mean. Like
He's a bad boy.
no, like that. Rewatching that movie, I'm like, dude, he just fucking kills. Like I know he kills, but like I feel like in the other movies he kind of toys with people or he gives them like a head start. And then this one, whoever was like directed, like, nah, I want him to fucking kill people. He kills his niece in such a brutal way. I'm just like, oh man, that was mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, well, I'm curious about Halloween Kills. That little teaser looked cool.
Yeah, I love that they're on they're being driven away in the car, and they see the fire trucks going to the house, and they're like,
Yeah,
"No,
let it
no!"
burn.
They're freaking out. Leave him.
Yeah,
Oh, that shit had me die. I was like, "Yeah,
yeah, that's cool. I'm just curious how what like they trying to how long they trying to milk this over one night.
Well,
Like,
the cool thing is that it looks like we're gonna get some form of hospital scenes
yeah,
a la Halloween 2 in Halloween Kills.
yeah.
Because from the clips that they showed, we got some hospital scenes in there.
Gotta have those hospital
Um,
scenes.
I saw Halloween 2 right before I watched Halloween 3
Yeah,
on
yeah. That
Halloween, and
had that a hospital scene too.
I love Halloween 2. Halloween 2,
Oh yeah, that was pretty
it
good.
just it was such a beautiful, just seamless transition from one to
Yeah,
two, and
yeah.
that whole just one night of fucking terror.
You want?
So beautiful.
You know what Halloween 2 I don't
What?
that Rob Zombie remake.
Oh God.
Bro, that was on Shutter too, so I was like morbidly because I saw people online it was like we don't talk about Halloween 2. I was like, I don't remember if I watched this. And we were watching it and the version they have on Shutter it looked like they took it off a VHS or a shitty DVD. Like
Yeah.
it's not even full screen. And bro, what the fuck was that
Yeah.
movie?
I don't know, but Rob Zombie tries to say that the studios they were like heavily involved, and they did not allow him to fulfill his visions. They constantly kept fucking with it.
All right, if that's true, I 100% see it because like there's scenes in that
Yeah.
movie, especially when the cop finds his dead daughter, and then they're just showing like flashbacks of her as a kid, and
Right.
I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm watch
And
I'm not watching a
yeah,
goddamn Lifetime movie.
exactly. And that's why I kind of believe Rob Zombie because A, we all know studios can do that, but
Yep.
B, we know I would have preferred to see Rob Zombie go full Rob Zombie with Halloween rather than just trying to take part one and two and just twist it a little bit, or make it his own in a very not his own way. It's like, oh, okay, Rob, here, make it your own, but we're gonna be right over your shoulder, making sure
Yeah.
it's okay to make it your own. And it's like, well, now you're not letting him do it, so why don't you just fuck off?
Yeah, because I rewatched
He was pretty
House.
pissed about it.
That was so like just left a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, ugh, that was worse.
The only
Rob's.
thing, yeah, the only thing I liked about that Halloween, that I thought Rob Zombie did a good job with, was I liked that he chose to have Michael as a really imposing figure
Oh yeah.
because he was gigantic. That
Well,
Michael
yeah, I had
Myers.
to look up who played them in part two. I don't know if he played in part one, but it was the same actor that played Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie.
Yes, yes.
So I was like, oh, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Because we were
Yeah, he
like,
was a former wrestler.
I was like, bro, this dude's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like when Michael Myers is this imposing, huge figure that will just fuck you up with a punch.
yeah. That's the thing with Michael. Michael. The only thing that Michael is supposed to really so much use is his knife, his kitchen knife.
Yeah, if not,
Um,
he'll fucking still murder
his
you.
bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves to strangle, pop your fucking head off, smash your head in. He loves to use his kitchen knife or his bare hands.
I think the best kill in the Halloween 2018 was when he killed the cop and made his head into like a pumpkin.
Oh yeah.
And Trick or Treat Studios, I put it on my wish list because I'm gonna get that one day. They have that head. You could buy that head.
Oh really?
And somebody in the review said, "Yo, you could put your flashlight in it and illuminate it from the inside." So
Oh,
I was like, "Bro, I'm about to buy so much shit. I'm so happy with my goddamn mask."
that mask is fucking dope.
So I definitely they have all the Michael Myers masks. I showed you like, hey, goddamn cats. Jesus Christ,
Cat is in the mix.
they're just swatting each other on top of the couch here.
They're like, what up, motherfucker?
Yeah. But anything else you wanna bring up before we wrap it up?
Uh, no, I think we're getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah,
As you pointed out, today's election day.
if we survive this week, yeah.
See what humanity looks like after tonight. Um, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming. I think that if you're down, which I know you are, but I'm gonna be I'll talk to you after the show, but I'm gonna be free again this week, uh multiple times, but I kind of want to do a big I think our next episode should be a big gaming podcast. Um
Well, I mean, you're gonna get the PS5 next week, right? It's next week.
yeah. Yeah. My headset actually got shipped. I'm getting my headset tomorrow, I
Yeah, the
believe.
accessories are in the stores. I've seen people playing with the controller. I want to try out the controller. A lot of people are saying the controller is really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. So my order hasn't been canceled yet, so thank God. So I'm expecting to get it.
Oh,
Amazon.
go ahead.
What was that?
Well, I saw something online today that I think Best Buy might have limited quantities on a day of that you can order online.
Oh,
So I don't know if you want to try that in case
well,
Amazon.
I should know by what? By the 10th, I think I should know if I'm getting one because it's still it shows that my orders when my order is still good on my orders page on Amazon. I think the next step would for it to be shipped on the 10th. I think to get here on the 12th.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear you. Sneaky's getting both of them. Um,
Right.
I really wish I was, even though like there's not really like I mean I would probably play the shit out of Miles Morales on the PS5, but it's coming on PS4, so whatever.
True.
I really wish. like I had something to look forward to. Because Canadians they celebrate Thanksgiving in October, so there's like no
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
that's right.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude. I hate it. It's so weird.
That is weird.
I mean, I had my mom come visit last year for Thanksgiving here, but she,
Oh,
obviously can't do it this year.
right, right.
So yeah, I guess my question to you is, or I feel like you would be a good guy to ask. How does one cure the seasonal depression of now that Halloween's over, and my Halloween was kind of, you know, what do you think I should do should I let the holiday spirit in? But I don't even know how to do that. I'm like scared to love a holiday.
Well, see, you're asking a person who is at their happiest at this time of the year. I love. See, there's nothing I love more than when it hits September 1st. And that's because I start getting really excited for the fact that October is a month away,
Mm-hmm.
which means Halloween, and then the month of November, which means Thanksgiving and practically Christmas, and then of course December. I am a Christmas maniac. I
So
love Christmas.
I it happens every once in a while where I'm just like fucking blasting Christmas songs, old and new.
Oh yeah, oh
I,
yeah,
I love drinking when I'm in that mood. I love drinking and sitting by if I can sit by a fireplace.
oh yeah.
But like I'm so like trying to escape such a dread right now, and I'm just like, what do I do? Like, do I watch Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that the Segway movie? Is that the
I
movie?
think it is.
Right?
I think it is, and I think what I do is I have a week of transition. So the first week right now
Yeah, we're in
I'm
this.
in transition
Yeah,
from Halloween to Christmas.
I may have transitioned too fast. I took down all my decorations, and now I'm sad.
Yeah, I mean I did the same thing. I took them down yesterday.
It just it feel
Um,
it feels weird to have them up for a day or two after it just I don't know.
it does.
And then
It
here,
does.
if it starts snowing, it don't stop, and then you're fucked.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm the same way. So I take them down. As soon practically as the next day after Halloween. What I do is now after this week, right now it's a week of just nothing really nothing much going on, just taking it in, and but by next week I will start to slowly crank up Christmas music. I will I will start decorating for Christmas around the house the week of Thanksgiving. Obviously Black Friday I put out my tree and I decorate with a drink, with Christmas music, with some a little chill in the air, and that's what I do.
Yeah,
Christmas movies, Christmas movies on, Christmas movies and all that stuff. That usually comes on Black Friday.
yeah,
Thanksgiving, I watch the Thanksgiving movies like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and eat some food. But Black Friday is when everything is full go. It's Christmas movies and Christmas cartoons and nonstop everything Christmas all the way through. I got my Santa pajamas that I throw on when I decorate the
you
tree.
gotta send me a picture of this.
I'm gonna send you a picture. My dog Gergie, she has elf pajamas that I put on her.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
send me
don't.
that.
Yeah, I don't fuck around, bro. When I with as much as I love Halloween, um, I go just as hard, if maybe not just a tad bit more, on Christmas.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Favorite Christmas movie? Wow,
Wow.
that's a good question, bro. I definitely have a top five that I, you know, in my top five would be Home Alone, Jingle All the Way, Elf. I watch Jingle All the Way every year.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think that might be either that or Home Alone.
I watch Home Alone 1 and 2 every year. I watch Jim Carrey's The Grinch every year.
I don't know if I'll be able to watch Home Alone 2 again.
No.
'Cause
Trump?
yeah. And it's definitely not as good as the first. It's a little. I mean,
No,
it's
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 not.
alright. It's alright.
It's you know what it is for me is that once he meets the bird lady, then it kind of goes a little once he gets to the bird lady in the church, you
Yeah.
know, it declines a little bit.
It just repeats itself.
Yeah,
I hate. I kind of.
but
I know.
definitely Halloween one. I mean, Home Alone one is
Yeah, that's classic.
oh yeah. I would say to get in the spirit of Christmas.
I'll try.
Decorations, a tree, some music, some eggnog, spike the eggnog. You know me, the Puerto Ricans over here, I
It's
get that
coquito.
coquito, bro, and
Yeah.
I'm going, bro. I'm moving and grooving. The Christmas music has me flying high, bro.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I guess.
Yep.
Give that a try.
But
Uh,
that's what I would recommend. And I'm definitely I was talking to Alex earlier today. We have plans of playing Marvel Avengers and some other co-op games we're going to discuss for all of us to play. Um, some Christmas music in the background. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fun.
yeah, I like it. I still haven't played the Ghost of Tsushima co-op.
Oh my god, me either. We should do that shit.
Yeah, I was. Me and Sneaky, we played the new Man of Medine episode that came out, A Little Hope. I don't know if you played those. There was another one.
No.
It's like the almost choose your own adventure cutscene kind of games.
Oh no.
It was alright. It was better than the first one, which was I forgot the name of, or it's called Dark Pictures Anthology. I think the last one was Man of Medine. They're the same people that made that horror game on PS4. They're pretty fun. They're like
Little Nightmares.
a dark picture.
Okay. I've heard about that.
Yeah, we played that because I hadn't played one of them forever. And I was like, dude, we should play Ghost of Tsushima. But yeah, I think yeah, next whenever we do this, we definitely need to have a game thing because I want to talk about Star Wars Squadrons. Been playing that.
Oh yes. And I want to touch on Mortal Kombat again.
Oh, fucking Mortal Kombat.
I've been playing a lot lately.
Uh, I mean, the characters look nice. I guess they're gonna be fun. I'm just bummed out. I know, there's gonna be another Combat 3.
Yep.
Because the fact that they're supporting next gen is a good sign that they're gonna
Yeah.
they have to add more DLC.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh
going
yeah.
so, and the guy I follow on Twitter that data mines, he's like there's supposed to be 4 more slots. So we'll see. I want Ash, Michael Myers.
Me too.
I'm not a huge Rambo fan, but he does look fun to play.
He does look fun to play.
But anyway, we'll save that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
check mark it, or I don't know what they say. Oh, I think this was a good one. I think we hitting the hour and a half mark here.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think I think we were going to go a little over anyway because of how much time in between our last show and this show. So
Yeah, we got the lost
plus
episode.
yeah, and then you got the election going on. There was a lot going on, so it was only normal for it to go a little extra.
Yeah, hopefully this ain't the last podcast in the world.
Hopefully not. Yeah. Hopefully anybody out there listening will hear us again.
Yeah, I will definitely put my head down and edit this as fast this week. I try to get it out Friday.
Okay.
Send me some pictures.
Oh, I got you.
Good. Well, this was Hobos with Homes. Is that how we?
Hobos with Homes.
We gotta find a.
Yo, this is your boys, Hobos with Homes.
Where's your hooch?
Where's your hooch? That's what they say, right? Hobos.
Yeah.
Oh, pass the hooch.
Pass the hooch. Get the shopping carts. Get by the fire. It is like shopping carts for hobos. Like, is that like a thing? Like, they show it off. They're like, yo, got this from.
Check this bad boy.
Got this from Pathmark. Is that
check
still?
This shit.
Is that still
this
a thing
got
over
new
there?
wheels on it, bro. Right?
Oh my god.
It's like the new Cadillac.
Yeah. got I got a I don't even know. I'm hungry.
I got this bad boy from Whole Foods.
Oh yeah, does yeah? Well, I feel like Whole Foods does plastic, or they don't. I don't know. I don't got no Whole Foods here.
I think it's probably, yeah. Who knows?
Anyway, this is Danny. You could look me up on Last Respawn. Anything? I'm not sure if I'm streaming anymore. I think I might be over. Maybe I'm taking a break. I don't know. I'm still figuring out.
TBD.
Yeah. Anything? You getting into?
Holla at your boy
Yeah.
on Twitter.
There you go. Yeah. I'll put it in
Holla
there.
at your boy at JBGNYM, aka Suckle Boy, aka Young Suck, aka I got that suck.
Good. Yeah, and just catch me Last Respawn everything. Till next time. Don't know when. We'll try to do it as soon. Hopefully.
As soon as possible.
Yeah. It's been groovy. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask. And I'm gonna try again in the holiday
And
spirit.
protect your balls.
Always.
Always.
Try not to sit on them.
Yeah, please. Please don't.
Peace out.
Later.
It's pretty